Hello everybody, and welcome back to another Coaster Cheetah video, and in this video I'll be doing a coaster review for Great Bear at Hershey Park, which is an awesome B&M inverted coaster, and this coaster is very unique. It has a very unique layout, traveling by the water, and it just honestly is a great coaster, and is one of the best B&M inverted coasters in North America. So let's go over the layout. So out of the station, you will climb your 90-foot lift hill. And I definitely do like to think that Great Bear is a terrain coaster because, honestly, yeah. So, you can see the lift hill is 90 feet, and actually after the lift hill, right after the lift hill, instead of going into your force drop or maybe like a little pre-drop like Montu or, the older B&M inverts have something like that, actually this goes into a little downwards helix, which then rises up and into your drop. So it's very unique, and this is just a really strange layout. However, it's definitely fun. And then you will have a 124-foot drop, and this, yeah, see why I consider it a terrain coaster, because it has a 90-foot lift hill with a 124-foot drop. Plus, the rest of the coaster, which I will tell you about later in a little bit, actually does feature a pretty like low to the ground type layout. So right after your drop, you'll have a 100-foot vertical loop. This is a pretty great loop. Then after that, you'll go into an Immelman, and then after that, you will have a 0G roll, which will take you right along the side of the water, and you'll be going pretty low to the ground with some turns, some curves, and then you will hit a corkscrew, which is your final inversion. Then you'll have some more twists, and then you'll eventually curve into your brake run, ending the 2,800-foot ride. And, this ride is not very long, which is why it does not have a mid-course, which I do love. It also keeps its speed for, it only fizzles out a tiny bit at the end. It does have great pacing, though. And, you can kind of, it's only has a 124-foot drop, which, for most B&M inverts is a little bit short, which maybe that's why it doesn't have a mid-course and it has a short layout. However, I don't really feel like you really feel that on the ride. It doesn't feel very short to a lot of other inverts. But yeah, for my pros and cons, definitely a pro is no mid-course. Also, the pacing is good. I don't really have a ton of cons. It's just, it's not as forceful, I feel like, than as other B&M inverts like Raptor or Montu. And, I don't know, it just, yeah, the forces and the lack of inversions, even though, I feel like there is some dead space with all the curves. I feel like maybe they could do something like integrate a helix, like an up helix. I feel like that would be really awesome. Something like that. Maybe even, like, I feel like it would be cool to have, like, well, now that I think of it, it wasn't really, like, they wouldn't really do something like this at the time, but I feel like it would be awesome to have the thing like maybe an outward bank like thing like Canobie does, somewhere in there. Just to make it more unique than, because in between the 0G roll and the corkscrew, and then in between the corkscrew and the brake run, there's just some, just some twists and curves which don't really do a lot, which I think takes away from the ride. However, I don't really think it does anything terrible. Like, this is not a bad ride at all. It is definitely one of my favorite B&M inverts, and I just really love the uniqueness of the layout, and it's a great fit for Hershey Park. And yeah, I just really love the coaster here. It looks a lot bigger than it actually is at the park, and I love the setting that it is in. It's all around just a pretty good ride. I'm gonna give it a 8 out of 10 for this coaster, and that is because, it's a B&M invert, and it is a pretty good one. However, not as good as a lot of others. My favorite is Montu, and, there is still some other ones I prefer, that I have ridden. However, this is not a bad invert, like I said earlier, guys. In the comments down below, please tell me what you think of Great Bear, and also, tell me in the comments if you agree with what I said about the ride. Also, if you did enjoy, please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye.